What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Toy Talk. It's March 20th. It's a Monday, and we're all just hanging out. I'm one of your hosts. My name's Toy Father, and we have a new friendly face here on Toy Talk. We got unboxing art. How's it going, buddy?
I think it's like reflected, even though it's shown. Like I think I'm pointing at you when you instead of this way. But
Yeah,
no, I'm doing
right.
good. I'm like
Yeah.
the combination of.
Did I get it right?
Oh, I don't.
Yeah.
You got it right. I got it wrong.
Yeah, it's always the opposite.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, you did get it right. Anyway, so no, I'm like the combination of no chewing and Josh put together. I got the beard,
right.
And it's like
there you go.
Got the glasses. Yeah, that's it.
Was in Dragon Ball where they do the form?
The fusion. Yeah, the fusion. Yeah, you fuse together. Hey, unboxing art, you're joining us tonight. Thank you so much. No chewing and Cox Create. They're just taking a break tonight. But we also got Danny, Toy Addict 17. Also recently lighting up the NECA IG page with his photos. Nice job, man. Most recently, the Dracula one.
Yeah, today I was featured with my Dracula photo, so I'm very happy about that.
Oh yeah,
very
you
happy.
are. You should be.
Yeah, I am.
Don't be
that's
modest.
that's my goal. You know what? I appreciate that because I need to be my own fan. I need to start and be my first fan. So yeah, so I'm very happy. Very happy. I love NECA.
Believe me, I know what it's like to have the self-deprecating attitude. But when someone pays you that compliment, you just take it.
I'm gonna take it. Thank you.
Well, boys, it's so good to see both of you. Unboxing art. It's really good to hang out with you because it's been a while. It's been a minute, and I always love to. We always plug your stuff here for Wednesday's State of the Art live show with now returning. I want to say returning guest, but now ongoing co-host Josh.
Yeah.
Cox
He's like that parasite that goes into your junk when you're in the water and stuff. And I was like, oh well, he's there now. But
yes, that one.
But no, it's fun. It's like, sometimes it's like you try to do stuff solo and you're just like, am I entertaining enough? But then Josh is on there and somebody comes on and gives $2 and he makes him dance around like you did that. You did that.
Make him do a Macho Man.
Right. But no, it's fun. It's fun. And I'm just like, man, whenever you get sick of it, just bow out and I'll just grab somebody else,
Yeah, no, it's a good you guys are a good combo. It makes sense. I do like how you guys play off each other. But you always seem to get some pretty good guests in terms of just like, what is your vision for State of the Art? And I didn't mean this to be like, let's talk about your channel, but
talk about
what were you trying to aim for with State of the Art?
Talking about new like toy news, my opinion on certain drops, and then also bringing on some creators and people that are passionate about either action figures, making action figures, and just sort of everything, because it's all art. It's not like I'm buying action figures to just like, oh, I'm gonna get them because I just want to put them, like they're highly articulated. No, like these are little works of art that are sculpted by people. And you grow up looking in art books and going to museums, you see these awesome statues and these paintings, and then now we got these little super detailed figures that we could pose up and create our own art with the art. And it's just really, that's I guess how I'm viewing State of the Art is just like, let's just talk about art. Let's just talk about action figures. Let's talk about anything about it.
That was beautiful.
That is beautiful. I love
that. Was beautiful. I like the way you put that together.
Yeah.
I felt like I was stumbling there, but
no, it's good. And again, I've missed your sweet radio voice. So there you go.
Thank you.
Danny, how you been, man? You were on a toy hunt like an hour.
Yeah, I was
2 hours ago.
Yeah, I dropped my daughter off, and so I was like, my son was home and he's older, he could just stay by himself. So I was like, I'm gonna go toy hunt. So I was actually going around looking for. I wanted a second set of the Last of Us 2-pack because I
Oh,
want to
okay.
do a custom. I want to do a custom with the what's the girl's name? I forgot her name.
Ellie?
You know what I'm saying? Yes, I want to do a custom with her because that head sculpt is phenomenal. So, yeah, I was just driving around. I didn't find anything, but I was able to find the McFarlane Frankenstein, Super Frankenstein. I call him. He's dope.
Did you get him?
Oh yeah, he's at the table over there. I meant to grab him, but he's like way over there. But other than that, I'm great. I'm doing great.
Yeah. I've appreciate your energy as of late. You seem pretty positive as of past
Uh,
past couple days,
we
weeks.
we we. I have to be. Like I have to be. As much as don't let this fool you. Sometimes life takes over, and life could kick you in the butt. But there are other people out there that are going through way worse things than I am. So if I could bring a smile or just say a inappropriate joke to make you laugh, then I'm all for it. So
Such as no, I'm just joking. Don't say
no, yeah, right.
that. Well, hey, you were talking about toys. I just got a order from Chubsy Wubsy today,
Mm.
and there were some Mythic Legions that I ordered a while ago, and they're finally in. So I got this guy. I'll go to a single. I don't know what this guy's name. It's Deluxe Gladiator Legion Builder.
Mm.
Looks pretty cool. And then this guy's Wave 5 All Stars. Romulus. I was actually really excited for this guy. Looks excellent.
Yeah.
I'm pretty pumped about these. Have you guys gotten any of these? Art?
No.
What?
Did you get any of the new mythics and stuff?
I must have froze there for a second. Man, I am always getting mythics. I was actually showing in the screen down below. You're like, I just got.
Oh, you got him too. Oh, okay. Did you just get him too?
Yeah,
Oh,
not
cool.
too long ago. But mythics are something I'm always getting. I have 2 from the All Stars Wave 5 coming in.
Yeah,
which is the little goblin sorcerer
okay,
and the evil knight chick, all Aerithur faction.
Got it.
I'm pretty much sticking with Aerithur and Leodicius now, since I got the Gorgo and Attila 2-pack that's gonna be coming from their Kickstarter.
Nice. I'm sticking with the bears.
The bears.
I'm a bear guy.
Cocaine bear?
Cocaine. There's a shop for you. Have all that faction with the table full of cocaine.
Yes, cocaine bear.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the chat. Let's see who's joining with us. We got Tim, Paisano 777. What's up, buddy? You were in here at 3:44.
Really? Wow.
Wow. And then again at 8:20. Wow, you were really excited for this. We got Steve Morrow. How you doing, buddy? We got the Toy Pick Community Discord. Jaden, how's it going, buddy? There's an awesome Toy Pick Community Discord. If you haven't joined, check it out. We're about 380 right now, 370, something like that. Machu Toy, what's up, buddy? If you didn't check out Machu, check out Machu Toy and J Shot on Yimbo Buys Everything. They had a great stream last night. They talked about soup. It was great. D Blake Makes, what's up, buddy? I was just talking about you. I don't know if I know Toy Addict, you're probably gonna go. Art, I'm not sure if you're gonna go to Legion's Con this year. And I booked my hotel for 2 nights. I'm really excited. Road tripping with No Chewing, and I talked about No Chewing and I were just talking about the road trip itself, and I had said I'm not sure if I'll buy any new mythics, but I'm definitely spending my money on D Blake Make signs, maybe some props, maybe some dios, maybe a cosmic, maybe, and then a lot of Sparrow if he has all Sparrow stuff that I'm not watching.
I'm gonna have to get some Deep Lake Make signs too.
Yeah.
Great. Check them out. 88 Figs, what's up, buddy? Check out 88 Figs, Toy Tings, a new episode with myself, with the Toy Daddies with Yumbo and No Chewing as well. Check that one out.
Nice.
Clintastic 4, how you doing, buddy? Always a pleasure. Clintastic 4, one of the he's one of the good ones. Samurai Chris, of course. Not a stream without Samurai Chris. How you doing? Oh, we got Unworthy Collector, the #1 Toy Addict 17 fan. I believe he's like head of the fan club.
He's it's by verse. I'm a Unworthy fan myself.
We got Toy Mirth. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Also part of the Discord and TPC chat, TPC club. I am TJ Williams. How you doing? It's good to see you. Collectible Fun. What's up, buddy? What is where they have to say? Be like me. I like my own picks so much that I don't even think about what everyone else thinks. There you go. There you go. Sam Marcus, Toyota, you're always showing up for us. One of the most supportive people in the community. That's 100%.
Thank you.
We got J Shot. What's up, J Shot? Like I said, check him out on Yimbo, reviews everything. Him and Machu have also a show on Wednesdays as well, Between Two Sentinels. Check it out. Realm of Toys. What's up, my friend? Frank, how you doing? Oh, nice. No chewing. Yeah, Josh did change up his look. He also changed up his name too. Okay, let's see. D Blake makes Dan. I posted in our group chat there. There's the last couple of us packs at my Target. Oh,
okay. Very interested.
Yes, Romulus. Check it out. Oh, we got Rabbits then. How you doing, buddy? And we got Tony fans. How's it going? That bear joke falls at with that no chewing. We got Mary Fox. How you doing, Mary? Always joining us, having fun. Thank you. Let's see. We got Diggs Figs. How's it going? We got Highly Articulated. How's it going?
Yeah, you gotta be careful with that name, man.
Diggs Figs or Highly Articulated?
No, the first one. The way you said it, I was like, wait, what figs? Wait, what?
Got it. I'm the entire toy. That's everyone in the chat. Thanks, everyone. Hey, the chat is the best part of the show, so please keep it up. Our guest probably won't be coming out for another 10 minutes, so we're just shooting the crap and just talking toys, all that. But the chat is why we how we keep going, and we really appreciate all you in the chat. So all right, were you going to open anything, Toy Addict?
I actually was going to show you. I think I already opened it, so I was going to show you. But this is what I found today. So
that's the okay.
Yeah. So sometimes, I mean, and arguably, sometimes I agree. Sometimes McFarlane can be a hit or miss, but when when he doesn't miss, he gives like home runs. And this one is outstanding. His sculpt is nice. He stands really well. Paint is really good. So I can't wait to take photos. I actually bought this because I have the Constantine. So I'm excited for this one. So I was really happy. And I got them for cheap too. I got them for like $30. I know they're originally like 40. So I got them for like $10 off. So very happy with that figure. But other than that, I have these guys. The Last of Us characters. These are dope.
Those are cool. Those look really good. That Ellie looks fantastic.
Oh yeah, that head sculpt. I don't know if you could. She looks great.
Wow. Is that NECA?
Actually? Yeah, NECA does these. I've seen them a couple of times in like toy shows or like other stores, but they wanted crazy money for them. So I was waiting for them to for Target to have those. So as soon as they showed up, I was like, well, I want another set though.
Wait, when did those come out?
I think it was to be the what is it, the second wave of Holothon? I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay. So
yeah. So when they like put out more, stuff, they put these out finally. And then I was able to get the turtle accessory set also. So that's pretty cool. I can't wait to open that. But this one right here is like my favorite one from this 2-pack. She's awesome.
That's dope.
Yep.
I dig it.
So, yep, me too.
Art, do you have anything that you opened or wanna?
I mean, it's what did I open? No, everything I opened was like I opened like last week.
Oh, you did. No
I mean,
worries.
I did end up if we're going on the NECA route. There's a couple things I did open actually. So I ended up picking up. Well, actually, my buddy RG picked
Oh,
up
you got the
this
slap.
That's
this
awesome.
slash. He has like this liquidation discount store by his place, and he was able to get this for $20. Like they had a bunch
That's
of NECA
nice.
for $20,
Show
and
that
they had the last run in there.
What do you
Oh,
think of
cool.
that? I've been really tempted, but it's been at my Target for a while.
It's gonna replace my video game slash.
Yeah.
Because I mean they use the cartoon Toka like shell and body. So I think this
Oh,
looks more like a good slash that would go well with the Toon Turtles. Because I never really liked the
Yeah.
goofy look of the Toon Turtles.
yeah.
So I ended up snagging that.
That one looks great. It really does. Oh gosh, I wish you hadn't shown me that.
Ended up picking her for like $11.50.
Oh
Nice.
wow, great price. That head sculpt's
Uh,
great.
so like check out your Target. Josh found me a zombie Iron Man for the same price. So been sort of getting some legends like they're coming through. Like got Long Shot, the retro carded one.
Yeah.
To go with Spiral, but then you have to have Long Shot and Spiral to go with the man himself,
The Mojo.
the Mojo.
Mojo.
Remember when you didn't even know who that was, Danny, but you got the figure?
And he became like my favorite Marvel legend in the whole world.
Yeah.
It's
I love that
huge, and
figure.
it's a lot bigger than the Toy Biz one, and not as much pain as the Toy Biz, but I liked getting that individually and getting Long Shot individually because the Long Shot is a better Long Shot in my opinion because he actually has his little eye like glowing. You can really
So
see
you
it.
think that one's better than the like package deal that they released?
Yeah, because his eye in the other one's just plain, so it just looks like a dude with the mullet. I think with his lit up eye, I think that's an important thing to have. I just wish they would have done it maybe more like the Cable figure they did, where it was like a piece of plastic that was glowing versus painting. But yeah, I think getting him separate and Mojo separate is better than buying that super collector's edition because that Dazzler was trash, and then the non-articulated little baby Wolverine was trash, and it was too expensive for that set. Didn't make sense.
Well, if you were like me, you were on the Hasbro warehouse sale all weekend and then just putting a lot of stuff in your cart and then ordering stuff that you probably shouldn't have. So I got like 6 figures, I think.
What'd you get?
I got that Fortnite snake. I got 2 Snake Eyes, that Fortnite Snake Eyes and the Timber 2-pack, which is the white Timber one. Then I got the Mystique animated series. I also got Sergeant Slaughter and a Bo-Katan because I'm really into Bo-Katan right now because of Mando. And I think there was one more. I can't remember. But I mean, when I'm a Hasbro member, so once you put in that warehouse discount, it's like, oh man, look at all those numbers drop. It's a wonderful thing to see. You save a lot of money, I'll tell you that on that warehouse deal. I thought it was a deal. So
well, make sure you take advantage of that Recondo. G.I. Joe Tiger Force Recondo is on sale for $11.50.
I saw that you sent that in my feed. What is that like a well sought one? Is that like why do people like that one? I'm not a big Joe. I don't know Joe's that much.
But you got Sergeant Slaughter.
Sergeant Slaughter was like a wrestler too, I was
but
when I was little.
But no, it was just like I'm not into the Tiger Force ones at all, but I don't know if they're gonna make a normal Recondo.
Okay.
So I was like, and that Recondo is actually pretty good and could fit in as non-Tiger Force in a sense. So I was like, you know what, for $11.50, why not?
Yeah. What is Tiger Force? Hello?
Fake colors and tiger stripes and stuff. So
Oh,
you got all of them that did their you had the Tiger Force, and then you had your night, I think it was Night Force, and then you had Sergeant Slaughter's Marauders. They're all these little like, let's get them in
oh,
different costume colors and
okay.
more gimmicky stuff to sell more figures.
All right. Well, I'll check. I'll definitely check them out.
I only know the name Tiger Force because I remember the Walking Dead figures. They had a special. They did like the Tiger Force with the Shiva Tiger. So I did like a tribute thing for the Joes for those. I also only know I had no Tiger Force for that. That's cool.
Yeah, as Art was saying, Rabiston, it's like it's $11 at Target right now. So
Mm,
Yeah.
it was tempting. But let me show you
oh,
this guy, Romulus.
nice.
This guy, I've been waiting for him for a while. I really do dig it.
Does the helmet come off?
No, no, that's like a.
It's so badass it doesn't need to come off.
It doesn't. He doesn't show his. He doesn't show his face like Mando, unless they take an oath. Yeah, that's wow. I mean, it's just like the other Gladiator, but badass colors. I like it. I dig it, and it feels great. The sculpt's great, and I'm gonna have a. I should get more of these. Do an army. All right, so we're opening some figs. We're just hanging out. Let's see. Machu Toy Father, how are you doing with the 52 of Ballsy Move four figures from a sale? Yeah. So Art, I don't know if you know what our 52 challenge is, but no chewing, myself, Yimbo, Josh is even on it. We're limiting ourselves to 52 or 50 purchases. Actually, we're not limited. We're just putting ourselves. Oh wow, Art is not here. So we're limiting ourselves or having a goal at the beginning of the year: 52 purchases for myself, 52 figures for other people like Josh. So I was at 25 last week, and now this puts me, I believe, at 32 or 31. I've come to the realization that if I lose, I lose, and I'm not going to stop at 52. I'm just going to keep going.
Yeah. And they've been dropping a lot of Spider-Man toys too, so that
I
makes
didn't
it pretty
get
hard.
I didn't get any of those.
Really?
Yeah, I really thought about that. I mean, I probably changed my mind later, but I don't like how they look.
Mm,
I think I can pass on the Ben Riley stuff and the Chasm
mm,
stuff. I don't necessarily need them. We'll see though. We'll see.
mm,
But I did customize a Scarlet Spider the other day. That was painful because Scarlet Spider is kind of a hard figure to find. So, but
mhm,
I did a nice black wash on it, and
mm,
I was pretty happy with how it turned out because it was like kind of a brighter red, which
mhm.
it looked a little off. But when I put that black wash on, it really tightened it up and made it look scarlet.
Do you have it near you?
Yeah, let me grab it. It's
Yeah,
back here.
let's see. All right. All right.
So, uh, let's see. Let's pull this up. So this is the first Scarlet Spider that came out.
Hmm.
So if I wish I had like a before picture, but as you can see it,
Now I remember it being a bit brighter than that.
yeah,
So I definitely see the difference.
yeah, it looks. I love it.
Hey, you did good.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, great job.
Yeah, and then I did a matte spray on it. Thank you, Machu Toy, for giving me that. What was it 100 premium top coat?
Mm.
It looks great. I can't wait. Yeah. Jaden was there when I did it live. Thanks, man. Yeah, Machu, I'm just gonna keep going, and it's okay. 52 figures or 52 transactions. For me, it's gonna be 52 purchases, not figures. So like I bought the Mezco Turtle 4-pack, and that counts as one purchase.
Mm.
Rabbit's done. It's okay, buddy. Yeah. It's okay.
Welcome back,
Oh,
Art. Oh,
Art,
uh-oh.
what's up, buddy?
Hey.
My internet, like on my computer's like, no, you're not connected anymore. I'm like, no, I am, and it made me reboot the computer.
Oh, you reboot the computer. Yeah, you were
That's right.
cutting in and out when you were talking about Tiger. When I asked you about Tiger Force, there was a big silence and you froze, but then you came back in the middle of your Tiger Force explanation.
Yeah, I don't know what's causing it. It's like it happened during I think it's my Savage Crucible. It's like ever since my Savage Crucible interview, it started being weird. And I'm like, no, there's nothing running in the background. And that toy attic looks amazing. Where did you get a little critter from?
So I have this local guy that sells toys. He opens his warehouse, so he'll go buy toys from a bunch of people. So I actually was able to get a buddy of mine the first release of the Shao Kahn Storm Collectible for $120.
Whoa.
Brand new in box. So
Nice.
yeah, so he had one of these, and he actually had two, and one of them he had open. So I saw it, and I was like, "Yeah, let me get it." He wanted $40, but since he knows me, he gave it to me for 20. So it's pretty cool,
So
and it has
what
like hair and everything like on it, if you can see.
are these like highly sought figures?
I mean, they don't make them. I mean, this is probably
they
the
don't.
only company that makes them. I've seen at cons, I've seen people make customs, but this is like a old school, like classic horror movie right here. I mean, it had some comedy to it, right? Art, you would
Yeah,
say.
it did. It did.
And it reminds me of that scene in the first Turtles movie where Raphael's coming out of the movie theater. This is the movie he was watching. Critters.
Oh, that's cool.
Back when
So
films were a lot better, really thought out and creativity existed.
Yeah.
when did that movie come out? Or when did those figures come out? I said that's my
These? Oh,
yeah.
that's a good question. I have no idea. See if it
So
has a date.
they're that old, or they're
I don't think they're that old. Monstars looks like the starter. I don't know if you guys ever remember the starter logo. Remember
this,
Starter,
Yeah.
the clothing line starter.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
It kind of looks like it a little bit. That's what makes it Monstars. No, I had to look into that. I don't know how old this is, but again, I haven't seen anybody with this. I kept it in box because I'm hoping that he has more, so I can open one. Because again, I've only seen like at New York Comic, I've seen people like customize some and make their own, but I've never seen like one like this. Maybe this is a custom. I don't know. Looks pretty cool though.
Steve Morrow has a good question. Do you guys ever feel bad about opening an older figure that an inbox collector would prefer to have inbox? I know Art has opinions on that.
I mean, it just depends. I mean, they're my figures, and it's like it may hurt some people, but there's certain figures I keep on card, like my 3 3/4 Joes, because I usually bought one to rock, one to stock. But nowadays, like all this other stuff, it's like I'll keep some of the packaging, like Storm Collectibles, NECA, Mezco, certain things. Obviously, if I ever decide to resell them, which that'll probably never happen, but with the package, you can resell and I can get more money. But in the end, it's like they're action figures. Get them out, pose them, put them on a shelf. Don't open them if they're garbage old figures that you're not really gonna like them on display.
Yeah,
It's just
keep them in that box. That's
the preference. Do you like them the look in the package, or do you want to get your hands on them and pose them and get them all crazy?
Yeah, toy attic for a person that has like 5 of the same figure. What do you think?
Do I feel bad about opening an older figure? No, because I mean, I wouldn't open them. Like if it's something that I know that.
So there it is. You wouldn't feel bad because you wouldn't open them.
Yeah, there you go. That's my answer. Yeah, I wouldn't open them. So if it's an older figure, like no, I wouldn't open it. I would probably keep it in box just because it's older. Like I like to open a lot of the new stuff. So I mean, there have been times where I've had opened like older figures and they like break on me for some reason. I don't know. And I was like, I should have just kept this in a box type of thing. like the DC Directs, like not the DC Directs, the DC collectibles. Like when the new 52 came out, the figures, they had the whole new 52 line. I had gotten the Earth 2 Flash, and then I bought it and I took him out the package and his leg fell off, and I'm like,
Oh God.
freak! I should have never opened this. I ended up getting a new one, so yeah, that was it. So yeah, I don't feel bad at all. I'll keep them in the box.
I mean, for me, I've always been in them. Like I started as an inbox collector, but I think that's something for me of like I've always liked the look of things in box.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until I started to do toy photography where I just started opening up everything and displaying
Mm-hmm.
them. There's still a part of me that's like, ugh, I don't want to open this. I agree with art. There are some things like I'll keep in box, like retro packaging. That's the allure of some of these Marvel Legends that come out in retro packaging because they look in this nostalgia feel of it.
Mm-hmm.
You just want to display it like that, and I can understand that. But yeah, for me, there's always just a part of me that's like, I don't like. I'll keep it in box for a while and then just be like, all right, now I got to open this.
Mm-hmm.
But isn't that crazy though that you want to not open the retro style figures that are remade? And it's like you think of it, it's like, well, why didn't you just make really badass artwork or packaging artwork to where I didn't need to worry about a retro one? You get what I'm saying? Like, so we're going back, we're getting this retro stuff because the artwork in the retro action figures were pretty awesome and pretty beautiful. And then it's like you get into some of this newer stuff and it's just like they're just quickly stamping whatever the logo of that wave is, and they're just rushing through some of this stuff. And I mean, I get some Marvel Legends has like, oh, we got an artist that does this line of figures or a couple from this line, but it's like Legends to me, if it's the retro card displays best. And now with Hasbro being windowless packaging, you're really not displaying anything but a box.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with that. I think a part of me is again, they run on the nostalgia feel. So just having those like inbox retro things, just it brings me back. All right. Well, I see our guest is lining up right now, but I just want to talk about some of these comments right here. Machu Toy says, I think my addiction is opening boxes, not even the toys. The toys are a product of the addiction. Unworthy likes to buy retro cards just to open them and hear people cry. Rabbit Den says, my addiction is spending money for myself, not the toys. I kind of feel for you that. And then No Choosing says the Joe's team does windowless packaging the best, in my opinion. All right, so we got a guest tonight, peeps. We got a guest tonight, and let me tell you, this person has been in the biz for about 15 years of toy experience in the business. He recently opened up a Kickstarter, and guess what? It was recently backed. He reached his goal of $80,000. But by now, I just checked it tonight, he has $137,000 backed on his Kickstarter, and it's quite amazing. So I cannot wait to talk to our next guest about his product, Biblical Adventures. Welcome, Chris. How's it going, my friend?
You guys get the quiet Chris tonight in the garage, trying not to wake anyone. I hear that this version is the more ideal version, so you're lucky.
All right. Hey, Danny and I are also dads, so we get it. We understand. Actually, I probably should be quieter too, but I'm not. And I think my kids the next morning is like, Daddy, I heard you laughing last night. I'm like, yeah, I probably was laughing really loud. Sorry.
Yeah, if I laughed my normal laugh, they would probably hear me through the garage, up the stairs, down the hall.
You got an echo. Well, hey, Chris, thanks so much for joining us. I know you had a busy day, and I know you had to join us late, but we're really excited for you to be here.
Every day's a busy day. Thank you.
But we're really excited to have you. And I would say this, in order for us to like kind of create our own synergy, I always like to start with a discussion question for all of us to kind of break the ice.
Hmm.
And so the discussion question for today is, what has been a toy for you that you were really excited for, but was just a general letdown once it was in your hands? And I know Danny and I talked about this, Art talked about this, but we haven't talked about this, Chris. If you have something in mind right now, you can tell us now, but I can also go around and ask other people before we get to you.
You know, I can't believe you sprung this question on me. Although you did ask it to me hours ago. I'll defer for the moment.
That's fine. Why don't I just start breaking the ice? One of the things that I was really excited for, and I had never gotten a figure from this line, is Beast Kingdom. And so what I was really excited for was the Beast Kingdom 89 Batman. So when I got it in hand, I knew they were a little bit bigger in scale. I knew they were a little bit just like 8 inches, so a little bit taller than a McFarlane figure. But I was just I'm such a 89 Batman fan. I thought, oh, it could be like a lesser hot toy, right? So I did get it. I pulled it out actually just to show all of you as I'm pulling it up. It didn't have the weight that I thought it would. So it feels kind of light, feels more dull. Like it actually looks all right from here, but something about it is like this head sculpt, like right here, the lip just never sits flat on the figure, and it really bothers me. The cape itself feels very flaky and just cheap, and the body itself wasn't. It just I was okay. Needless to say, I was really disappointed.
What's the price point on that?
This was about $100.
Is it a flex body, or is it got like a body underneath the suit?
It's a flex body. So yeah, there's no body underneath the suit.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel like hollow or anything, right?
It doesn't a little bit. It doesn't feel like,
doesn't have the weight.
Yeah, I feel like a Mezco is definitely going to feels heavier.
Interesting.
Yeah, definitely. So I was disappointed with that.
Apparently everybody likes my late night radio voice.
But what about you, Art?
I mean, with you going over that, so my main one that comes to mind, I have two others that are still in the same with a different company, but Mezco John Wick was my biggest disappointment that I ever got. I was hyped up for it, and you're waiting the time for it, and the next thing you know, they deliver a figure, and it's like you released a Roach that has a better suit than John Wick. Like it was like the tie wasn't done right. It was bad. It's like the features in the face were a lot like lighter or softer. So they did these promo pictures where you could see a lot of the sculpt work in Keanu's face. Then you got the figure and it was like softer details. And then the suit was awful. They had these big like pads that were in his shoulders. And I was like, why'd you do that? You should just took the Gomez jacket and put it on it. That would have been okay. It just didn't work. And then when you're talking about the cheapness with that Beast Kingdoms, my 23016 scale G.I. Joe, Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow were pretty disappointing.
Oh, really? Okay.
Very hollow feeling. And then
yeah, I hate that feeling.
And then like Storm Shadow's head sculpt's beautiful, but they did that like rubberized flexed arms, so it's like you can't really pose it up because it looks like rubber that's folded in half. So it's like you might as well just have his arms down.
How about you, Danny?
I really there was a lot of them, but I think, but I want to say the one that really disappointed me was when they first announced that NECA was going to do the Back to the Future line, and they announced that they were going to make the DeLorean. So I expected the DeLorean. First of all, I expected it to be a lot bigger than what it was, because I believe it was like It wasn't big at all. It wasn't anything like 112 or anything, but it's just what it was die cast, but like it was just not the kind of, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like something like Jada Toys made like a while back. It had like, I think it was Jada Toys that had the light up feature or anything. It had no light up features. It was just die cast and some paint. It was just bad.
I don't
It
even
looked like a
remember.
big, it looked like a big, I have a photo here of it, I think. Yeah, I think this is it. But yeah, they have it for, I don't know if you guys can see. I'm sorry, my light, it's like a little bright there.
Yeah,
But it's
interesting.
not, yeah.
That's pretty cool the way it's shining though.
This is the most featured it has right now.
It's the lighter.
It was a big letdown, and I, from what I remember, it was $50 when it was $50 retail.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I'm thinking, all right, I could deal with the size, whatever, it's no problem. But it didn't scale well with the figures at all. And unfortunately, as much as I love Back to the Future, and as much as I own like the line that's come out, I was pretty disappointed with that entire line, to be honest with you. I wasn't really happy with the sculpts. I mean, I think the Doc Brown sculpt was like the best one. Him and
Doc Brown was a good one. Yeah.
him and Griff's sculpts. I don't think they captured Marty the right way. And then, but again, I mean, I collected them because I'm a big fan of Back to the Future. I just, again, out of the entire line, I want to say the DeLorean was the one that was like the biggest letdown for me. Like I wanted a bigger size. If not a bigger size, I wanted some light up features and I don't know, maybe like some sound. And it's like they never gave me that. So it was like, I hope they revisit it and remake it because I think it would be great.
I don't think they will. You know, it's interesting. Like a lot of the things that you guys are saying are like for the heads, the sculpts themselves. I mean, obviously, when you do the initial prototype, you know, it's like whether you're doing it hand traditional sculpt or digital sculpt, those are always going to have more details on them. Because once it goes in, you know, you have the steel tool and the PVC injection, you lose a little detail. Now, obviously, you try and make up for that by over detailing it, you know, a little bit deeper, you know, for the folds and wrinkles and different things like that. But you don't want to overdo it because then it'll look overdone in the production. You know, it's a hard balance.
Yeah,
because I mean I think it was Trevor Grove who sculpted all the Back to the Future heads, and he's like the only one that was ever able to nail certain likenesses, like what's Marty's real name? Oh my goodness, Michael J. Fox, or Harrison Ford. Like Trevor Grove is amazing. I actually tried to get him into NECA years before that. So that's how much I loved his work, because you know, so sometimes when it goes into production, things get screwy, and it's unfortunate.
Yeah, it is.
But I just realized which one I would pick.
Oh, let's hear it.
Okay, and it's not because of the sculpt. When the first Fison Death Dealer came out, I got that. I was pretty, psyched for it, and I was like, "Oh, cool." And then I got it, and he was short. He was short. He was probably 11 inches tall. It was very disappointing. I was like, you know, it's a cool figure for what it is. It's got the squishy body and all that stuff, and which is, you know, great because, you know, you got those muscles, and, you know, when you move it, you got that nice steel or metal, you know, skeleton inside, right? But he's so tiny, and I was just like, it looks ridiculous. And I had it for a little while, and I said, yeah, this is gonna go bye.
Yeah.
Rabinstead reminded me, yes, I got a werewolf too. It was a third-party 5K werewolf, and I was really let down when I got it because it did not. The promo art was a lot better than whatever I got. So,
is that the one with the white like soft goods shirt? I'll buy from you.
Hey, next time I'll bring it down next time I see you.
All right.
Shout out to Machu Toy. Thank you.
Oh yeah, heck yeah, Machu. I knew Machu was really excited for this. He's actually going to replace his display on his mother's at his mother's house with all of them. That's what
That's
he had
right.
told me.
That's right. I think he sent me a message about that. Either he sent a message or he posted a message, but I remember that. I'm pretty sure it was him.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for indulging me on our discussion question. Now, Chris, Toy Talk is a place where we celebrate people all over the toy community, whether you're a
Mhm.
toy collector, toy influencer, toy photographer, or in
Toy maker.
this case, toy maker. That's right. So we've had a few people in terms of like Kickstarters and backing them, but I think
Mhm.
you are probably one of the first ones that we've had on that has actually just recently hit their goal. So
Mhm.
we've had people that have hit their goal, but it's been like years later and their product's about to come out.
Right.
So I'm really excited to hear how the process went, how it was for you, and what
Mhm.
you were thinking. But let's get into kind of like your toy origin. Let's talk about how you got into toys and what led you to the Chris that we see now in front of us, talking softly in front of a garage.
Superhero origin, a la the garage. Yeah, I mean, it's probably like everybody else. I was playing with toys, for as long as I can remember. And I'm born in '76, so I had all the good stuff in the '80s. Man, I had everything. Not
Yeah,
everything, but
and you were like old enough to like enjoy it too, right?
yeah,
I was
yeah.
born 81 and I wasn't old enough to like enjoy
Oh,
that stuff,
yeah, you missed a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, between the cartoons and the toys, it was a great time. And I had my GI Joes up until probably into high school. I don't know what happened to them. I think I started like selling them and trading them and stuff like that. But I had them for a long time. Still played with them too. And so always drawing. Always been an artist. And then eventually I did, some custom work, just making like animated Batman into an animated Space Ghost, and had a customer come into the store I was at, and he wanted a bunch of them, so I did a whole bunch of DC toys for him. And then I was using Super Sculpey at the time, and started doing heads for 12-inch dragon bodies, and then went up to busts, and trying to keep it in that kind of 12-inch range, because that's like what you would sculpt normally. You do a 2-up. And eventually I was able to finagle my way into NECA. So I did like 6 months of freelance, 6 months full time, and then I finagled my way into going to China. So then I was going to China and sculpting at home, and sometimes sculpting in China.
Oh, wow.
What I was doing.
Really?
Yeah. So any of the the NECA Mego body figures, that buck body underneath, I was sculpting in China. I was working with the factory. They were working on it. I was taking it. I was changing it. No, do like this, and sculpted, and muscles and all that stuff for the male and the female. And then I worked on some other people's stuff too. I did the Venture Brothers, the Mego and the 4-inch ones, and because I was a big fan of Venture Brothers, so I was like, let me see that, give me that, and I started sculpting it, like cut, do this. All right, now do that, take it. So, I couldn't help myself. I was like, yeah. And then, so I worked at NECA for 10 years, and 8 of those years I worked for Four Horsemen on the side. Shh, don't tell anybody. And then, what do you call it? 2017, I left NECA for another company, and that didn't work out. And then I found myself unemployed, of all things. I have all this knowledge and expertise, and I could not get a job for 2 years. It was sad. It was
Oh,
very
wow.
sad.
What,
Yeah.
when was that? Like, was it like a year where toys weren't?
Well, it was middle of 2017,
Okay.
all of 2018, and then, well, I'd say 2018 and 2019 for sure, and then a little bit of
Okay.
2017. In that time, I was a postal worker for all of 2 weeks. And I said, nope.
2 weeks.
I said, you know what, guys? Yeah, you're too dysfunctional for me. Thanks, but no thanks. Bye. Then I was a TSA agent in training for 2 weeks, and I said, nope, same nonsense. I'm out of here. And then I got full time. And the whole time I've been working on the side for Four Horsemen. Like 2019 November, I went to China for 3 weeks. That was right before coronavirus, and I didn't bring it back. I promise. It's not still sitting in my luggage. I swear. And so I went for 3 weeks to work on Mythic Legions. Might have been I don't remember which one it was at the time. It was, I think we were just getting into Arathyr, and then December, no, January 2020, like a month later, we just were like, all right, let's do it. Let's do full time. Like, they knew I always wanted to be full time there, and they always wanted me there, but they were a very small company, and so it was like, it had to work out for everybody, you know. And I said, I don't care what you pay me. That's how much I want to be here. Like, you pay me anything. I don't. You pick the number. You know? So yeah, we worked on it, and then coronavirus, pandemic hit, and that was good for us because we allowed to move our studio, our offices from upstairs to downstairs, which was a much bigger location. And I was there just boxing things up, and I was like, let's do it. We got time. Factory's not doing anything. I can't do anything. There's nothing to do with the factory. And and it's just been, for the last 3 years, it's been amazing. I mean, it's been a dream. And business has just kept growing and growing and growing. And then on top of that, Biblical Adventures, I've been working on that since 2008.
Oh, wow. Really?
So that was when I had my first kind of idea for it. And it was on and off throughout the years. And especially when I was unemployed, I was working on it again. I found my old notebook and I was working on it. Started sculpting the body, And then when I was at Four Horsemen, I mean, it's like all things coming together. I had a great job, and I have all these people around me, sculptors and painters and everything, that were like, I was able to use. And I'm paying for the service, of course, paying for the work, but they're all there, right there. You know what I mean? Like, in the same offices, and that allowed me to get it, to where it was. Technically, I should have launched a year ago, but it wasn't. It just wasn't ready. So, good things come to those who wait.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. It seems like it's gone full circle for you in terms of just your toy career and where you're at now. I went to the New Jersey Toy Con, and I met Jeremy. I met a lot of different people from Four Horsemen. What I really enjoy is their energy and their positive attitude about the product itself, their knowledge about the product. And it looks like all of them are just really just hanging on a Saturday, having some fun, and like just love talking to the fans, right?
Oh yeah.
And so I can definitely understand how you felt when they probably gave you that job offer, and you're just like, give me that number.
Yeah.
You probably gave you a number, and like, maybe a little bit higher, but that's great. That's fine.
You know what? It's like, you know what? Let's do this. I don't care. And let's revisit it a year from now. You know what I mean? Like, and I will tell you what, as most people know, I busted my ass, man.
Yeah.
I was working. I was doing everything. And I mean everything. Obviously I was doing production, right? Then I was figuring out kind of on my own how to use the 3D printers, because Jim was kind of showing me some stuff, and I just jumped in and started doing it. I was just like, I want to figure out how these work, because I want to do digital printing and sculpting. I just don't have the time. Figured those out. Then I was handling, the sales and the shipping all by myself.
Wow.
And it was a pain in the butt. And then I was doing customer service, and trying to make everybody feel special. You know what I mean? Like, that's a good customer service person, is anyone you interact with, they feel happy.
Yeah.
And then retailers, then I was doing retail orders and keeping track of that, and it just kept growing and growing and growing. And I'm just going to do anything and everything that I can for the company, because it deep down feels like I'm really part of the company. I'm not just working there. I'm part of the company. I'm part of that family. And they know that too. And and then eventually we got Jeremy, Diego, Joe, all to take things off my shoulders, because it was getting too big. And I was like, I can't do everything. I don't have enough hours in a day. Even if I wasn't sleeping, I don't have enough hours in the day. And I don't want to sleep. I want to work.
Yeah.
So,
it's wonderful to see the growth of Four Horsemen and their products, and just it's incredible to see how deep their lore goes, but also how deep their fandom goes.
Oh yeah, and I'm happy for them, because they've been at it for a long time.
Yeah,
and to finally have their own thing. They're happy about it. They love it. I love it. We all love it.
But That's great. But really, what I really want to talk about is biblical adventures and that entire idea of how it came. And the way we do this is like each of us kind of get our own like time with you and ask some questions.
Mhm.
Um, and just to talk about the brand. I don't know if you just want to talk about it first, and then we can go around to Art and Danny and just ask some questions, and then we have some questions in the chat that I'm going to go to as well. But
Yeah, I mean,
um,
it's a very basic, quick intro. I mean, like I said, it was something that I just thought of back in like 2008, and I was just trying to, I see other people kind of putting out new stuff, and I'm like, I want to do something, I want to make some extra money. I want to put out a product of my own, what's not out there that, could be out there. And I looked, I looked around, didn't really see anything. And then this idea just came to me, and I was just started developing it. And then I want to say like 2000, I forget when it was, 2009 or something like that. I went to Italy and saw the artwork there on the Duomo, and I was blown away, at the scope and the size of it and everything. And I was like, that's going to be part of it right there. And then, like I said, dropped off, picked it up, dropped off, picked it up, and it just kept calling me. I was like, I hope somebody doesn't do this in the amount of time it's taking me to do it, and didn't lose it. I was like, please, please, please. So nobody did.
yeah, and like, yeah, they were talking about like more than 10 years ago where you had this idea, and
Yeah.
it still has not been released.
Yeah.
And I would say, going back to what Unboxing Art was saying at the beginning, he does a show on Wednesdays, State of the Art, and I asked him like what the origin of that, and he's like, well, we have all types of art, right? And the action figures are a form of art itself, and you actually use that art that you saw in Italy as your primary influence for these figures. So again, full circle again in this one little episode, Art.
I mean, it's definitely amazing how the art tied everything together. Like it started, earlier. Yes, it definitely was. I looked up, like, oh. And but yeah, like to have that artwork just hit me and be amazed by it. But I didn't have the idea or the full idea to use all this other artwork. You know what I mean? And then as I was just working on it, developing it, I was like, oh, like I came across that Jesus, I Trust in You picture of the Divine Mercy one with the red and blue beams. I came across it somewhere. I don't even remember where, but that was again part of that inspiration. Like I saw it and I took it or bought it. I don't even remember. I just got it. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna hold on to this. And then that kind of helped spur on the whole, let me look for more art, you know what I mean? And then, yeah, it just came all the way back again. So it was really cool. It was very interesting.
Yeah, that's a great story in terms of just how it got into it. Now, Danny, Toy Addict 17, is a big fan. I remember when this launched and when it came out, he's like, I'm backing everything. I just wanted to get backed, and it got backed, and it's awesome. But he's been a fan from number one, so I know he has a lot of questions for you. So, Danny, why don't we start with you, buddy?
You set me up. Like I have a lot, but I forgot a lot of them. First off, thank you for coming on. We're very excited. I think we had a chat one time, and I told you like if I won the lotto, like I would back the whole thing for you. Like I would just fund the whole thing.
You would fund the whole thing and then buy me a car. That's what you said.
That's exactly. I would buy everybody on Toy Talk a car, and you too, Art. But
thank you.
So first question. Because when I first was I believe the first time I was introduced to this line, and just I believe, if I'm not mistaken, 1/6 shooter Trevor, he posted something and he said, hey, support Chris D13 Toys. He has his Kickstarter happening soon. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, holy crap, somebody did it. And I was like, wow. And to me, it was like this it was like new, but it was like this boldness about it, where you didn't see, again, like you said, you'd never seen anybody. And it's crazy because it just blows my mind how long it took for for you to be like, okay, I'm going to do it, for it to happen. And nobody still hasn't done it. And it's like, you're the first person to do it. So my first question is, did you feel like you would get backlash with certain people because of this line? Like when you did it, like was there like a hesitation? Was that part of like the, maybe like the process, or like even when you did put it out, it was like maybe like a kind of a hesitation where you felt like, oh, people would feel like, well, certain people would feel like
Mhm,
maybe offended by it
mhm,
because it was
mhm.
like, what I'm saying? So
Yeah, it's definitely very tough. Oh, it's a long long answer.
I'm sorry.
No,
Sorry.
no. There's a lot to unpack in that answer.
Mhm.
w- I've done I've done
Welcome to
customer
Toy
service.
Talk.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I've done customer service my whole life,
Hmm. Hmm.
and you got to have a certain personality for it, and you can't let
Hmm.
things kind of beat you
Hmm.
down. And I don't, I
Yeah.
learned that quick. I was just like, people either are idiots or they're in a bad mood or something, you know what I mean? And they're
Hmm.
taking it on you. That's fine. And I always remember, if something nice happens, go the extra effort, extra mile, make that effort, and tell the 800 number or whatever, like, hey, I was really happy with this, because it's
Mm,
easy to complain. It's hard to compliment.
so true.
Absolutely.
And it goes a
So
long way
true.
too. So,
Hmm.
but yeah, like with that, doing the customer service at Four Horsemen and everything, like, this stuff just bounces off my back. I don't care. And it was, I don't care what people think in that regard. I'm going to do it anyway. I mean,
Hmm.
I have my faith. I believe in God, and it's, to
Hmm.
me, I want to do this, and I'm not trying to, like, I always forget the word proselytize or whatever. I'm not trying to push it on
Yeah.
anyone. It's like, if you like it
Yeah.
and you want to buy it, thank you. If you don't like it, no problem. Thank you anyway. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Hmm.
And so, there's going to be, you're going to have like 3 or 4 different kinds of people. The
Hmm.
ones that are into it and want to support it. Thank you. You're going to have the ones that think it's a joke and they're going to make fun of it. All right. Thank you. Have fun. Then you get the people that just don't care one way or the other. Okay. Thank you. Have
Hmm.
fun. You know what I mean? And there's a fourth one. I just forgot what it was. But, I'm just trying to, like, put it out there for different people. You got like the
Hmm.
blank bucks, you got the demons, you got the weapons packs, you got the religious figures. And so you're going to have different people interested in different things. And that's why I purposely made it that way, so that, you know, yeah, you're going to want the weapon pack, and that's it. All right, that's
Hmm.
cool. It's still supporting the campaign and helping it to get made. You know what I mean? Like, they
Hmm.
don't care one lick about Jesus or Jesus toys. That's cool.
Hmm.
It's fine with me. What you get, what you like. That's
Hmm.
it.
I agree.
You know? So I just kept moving forward with it, and I wanted it to be respectful, because there's going to be people that have always asked me, like, is it like a joke? Are you doing it to be like? And I'm like, no, like, look, let me show it to you. And I'm like, I did a lot of research, to further my knowledge, and to
Hmm.
make it as respectful as possible. And this way, people, again, either they're going to like it or they're not going to like it, but they're not going to not like it because it's, a joke. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
They're just not like it because that's them. And that's fine.
Well, thank you for that, because now I'm an even bigger fan now. So, yeah, and I mean, I think people have kind of made it clear that they like it. I mean, it's
Yeah.
fully funded.
Yeah.
Like the minute the Kickstarter, I put the notification as soon as the Kickstarter hit. I was like clicking. I was at work. I was in a hospital. I was like, "You're gonna wait a second." I was so excited, so excited. So yeah. My next question, because I'm trying to think of, because I had like a billion of them to ask you. I almost did a separate show and talk to you also. My second question is, listen, I'm sorry, I haven't been so excited for a figure in a long, and I love like a lot of like figures. I haven't been
Mhm.
excited for a line of figures like this in a long time. So forgive me if I'm geeking out, everybody.
Yeah. I mean,
But
I'm not
but
used to being in this position, so I'm usually
yeah,
working out. So, you know what I mean? But I
I,
appreciate it. But you know what? Just like really quick, like, I'll let you think another, next question. But like, it's definitely interesting that it hasn't been done before.
Yeah.
And obviously, you got the bigger companies, they're not going to touch it.
mhm,
You know what I mean? They're not going to
yeah,
touch it, plain and simple. And so it's hard for the smaller companies, because
mhm,
obviously you need money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is expensive. And the benefit for me is that, hey, listen, I deal with these factories all the time, and I'm an artist, and I have people around me. So I have like everything that you need for it except the money, but I have everything else, and it's definitely, it just all came together. You know what I mean? There's no way, 15 years just all kind of came together for this, and that's perfectly fine. I like it. I'm very happy.
That's awesome. All right. So my next question, well, it's not really, my next question is, I can't remember the show that you were on. I can't remember the name of it. I know you found out you were fully funded during a live stream,
conversation.
During a live stream. So like when I watched a little bit of that and I saw like the reaction, it was like a natural reaction. You finding out your, Biblical Adventures was fully funded, you know what I'm saying? So what was that like for you? Like, again, 15 years, right? Like coming up with this process, you're back and forth. You put it out there. You're like, all right, I know we're going to have something, but you know what? I'm just going to brush that off. What was that like for you? Like, to know that you, not only were you like fully funded, but you had people that are like, yes, like me, like, I want this, like, give me this line of toys.
Yeah.
So what was that feeling like?
I was very nervous because, you run a Kickstarter, you don't know if it's going to fund. So, cautiously optimistic that we'll at least hit our funding goal. When it happened and we kept getting closer and closer, I was like excited. And for lack of a better word, I felt bad. Like, I don't know, like, I didn't know how to process it. You know what I mean? Like, it was, it's so, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I love my job. I love the toys we make. I know we do great work. I know nothing's perfect, and I am very proud of the work that I help put out and that people enjoy it. You know what I mean? Like, to me, it's amazing. Part of why I love my job. Doing my own line, like Mythic Legions and Four Horsemen have this community that's been around forever. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm part of that, but this is my own thing. It's separate, and maybe it'll fund, maybe it won't, maybe it'll be ridiculous and take $500,000, or maybe it'll only get 50,000. You know what I mean? Like, I have no idea. And when it hit, we were like hoping it would hit while we were on live, and when it hit, I was just like, I got shy, which never happens. I got nervous. I got almost withdrawn a little bit. You know what I mean? Because I didn't know how to take it and be happy with it. It was very weird. And it took me, not gonna lie, it took me like 2 or 3 days to really be normal again. Bouncing off the walls, and it's, like, the only word I can think of is humbling. I mean, it's like to know that there's this many people that like it, that want it, or even just want to donate to support, yeah, it's like, it's amazing. It's humbling. I feel like, I don't know, superbly, spectacularly, stupendously awesome. You know what I mean? It's just like all these things, and I want to do more. I want people to enjoy it, and I want them to be cool, and I want to do more.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you.
Is that all you got, Danny?
No, but I want to share the
air.
For everyone. Yeah, I want to share the air because I have
circle back around.
Yeah, we'll come back. We'll come back. Art, how about you, buddy?
I mean, he answered a lot of the stuff I was thinking, but with like backlash and things like that. But I guess when you're creating this line, figuring out the figures that you're going to create, was there any hesitation on demonoid like figures? Because keep it in mind, like, if it's a very stricter like religious family, they may not want that type of figure in their home.
Yeah. That was one of the things. Like, I was trying to keep it light on the demons, you know what I mean, and Lucifer, but at the same time, the demons were right there, and I was like, those are ugly little bastards, and I gotta make those because I know those will go great with any collection. There's no real, like, they don't have to be this size. It could be with the 12-inch, and it could be mini demons. It could be mythic legions, which are a little bit bigger, and it could still fit. You know what I mean? It could be giant demons with 3 3/4 figures. Who cares?
Right.
And so I want to do those, and I want to do Lucifer. And yeah, I was like a little worried, like, some, a lot of people out there that are going to be like, yeah, cool, Jesus. Oh, demons. Forget it. Ooh, And so, but again, it's just like, listen, you like it, you like it. You don't. I'm not here to change your mind. I'm putting out something for everyone. I know some people are going to want the demons, some people are going to want the Jesus, some people are going to want the bucks, some people are going to want the, armor, weapons. But I did not expect to have so many demons. I think there's literally, let me think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think there's 10 demons.
Oh, fuck.
That's it.
And a lot of them are, and those are just the demons, but a lot of those are 2-packs.
Oh,
Got it.
So, and then there's the 2 Lucifers. So,
And I think with it being the timing, I think works out. I think very, like, I know you probably wish you could have done it last year, but the timing works out this year. But I think with seeing how well the Father Christmas from Four Horsemen did.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's like, I still, being in all the chats, you got the people that, oh, well, I wanted this, you already heard it, the barbarian Santa and all this. It's like, no, I was like, it is an amazing piece. People are putting it on.
But I still bought Father Christmas.
I put him on a buff body for you guys just to show you.
Yeah,
and you put it on the moose, and it was just a amazing figure that just really represented what you guys, what Four Horsemen was doing with like the figure obscura. It's like you're taking these characters out of the story, and it's like, boom, that's what they were.
Yeah,
they weren't, they weren't your Four Horsemen knights type of, Santa Clauses type of stuff. And that's sort of what it looks like with the biblical adventure. It's like you're like taking it straight from the artwork, from the source, and turning it into figure form.
Right.
Which therefore, I think it's just gonna be awesome just seeing people's homes.
Yeah.
Like with your figures just in there. Like it's time. Yeah. It's that time of the season. Bust them out, set up that nativity scene and everything. And it's your figures that are gonna be there.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's like I can see in the background you have boglins. Like my factory made those. So it's cool when I see that. I'm like, woo.
And I guess like taking that leap too, it's like, what would you give somebody that's that's had an idea like you did, and that's been keeping this idea, and they're like, man, I want to do it. What do I do it? Like, what type of advice would you give somebody that's wanting to take that leap into making their own figure?
Just keep doing it. I mean, 15 years. And it's definitely it's hard because when I first started it, I was like full of all this energy. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be cool. I'm gonna do this, writing things down, sketching out the body, blah 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 blah. And then obviously there's times you forget about it and it's not so hard, but then you get back to it and you're like, I wish I did more on this, and trying to do more, and then it's not going fast enough. And like I showed this stuff at Legions Con 2021, and it was supposed to come out in Easter of 2022, and that didn't happen. And that's frustrating because it's like, you only have so much free time. And then it was like, all right, it's going to come out in November 2022 for Legions Con. Nope. And it was like, you just got to keep pushing it. It can be sometimes very difficult and very frustrating.
It sounds like a grind.
It's very much a grind. And I've had a lot of late nights working on stuff too.
Yeah.
I got bags under the eyes. I hate it.
Join the club.
All
right. Do you got anything else?
No, I'll let you take it, Chris. I want to take up all the time, sort of like try to balance it out.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Those are both of you. Those are great questions. I really, I think those are great. Oh, we got Almighty Legends in here too. Hey, what's up, buddy? We had him on a few weeks ago,
right? Yeah.
Yeah. So I do have some questions in the chat.
Yeah,
All
I
of
see.
you have been fantastic about just asking some questions. So if you have more, just add them in. Highly Articulated asks, is Chris going to take any extra days off once the Kickstarter closes? And by that, I mean a proper full day off.
He says extra like I actually take any. Because let me tell you this much. So my current schedule right now is I'm off on Tuesday, Thursday, but I work Saturday, Sunday. And I'm off on Tuesday, Thursday, taking care of the kids. So bringing them to school, and then after school
That's
stuff.
not, yeah.
But between 9 and 2, I'm working.
Yeah.
So there is no day off.
Yeah.
I would really like to take a day off. I would like to take. I've taken a couple days off in the last year, but I get yelled at work because I don't take time off. And my boss, all of my bosses, usually Jim, he'll be like, if we got a holiday coming up, he'll be like telling everybody, okay, so everybody have a good Friday off, enjoy the weekend, see you on Tuesday. Chris, you are not coming in. I will lock the doors. You're not coming in. So, but he knows I'm going to come in anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Well, you work really hard and it shows. So
I love my job.
Steve Moore asks, so when will Chris come out with a spinoff line of government worker figures like TSA and postal workers?
I should really do a me figure of all the jobs I've had. That would be fun.
Ravitz then asks, questions on plan on releasing the 12 Apostles or Last Supper set?
No, it's hard. The hardest part of this project was picking who I think is going to sell, because let's put it simply, they have to sell. Something like that, like obviously you got the 12 Apostles, but there's not things that really stand out to make them like super interesting. Like obviously John the Baptist gets his head cut off. People are gonna get that mostly because of the head. St. Michael, St. Anthony, are very popular, and St. Michael has killed it. You know what I mean? Like the likes and the orders and everything has been ridiculous.
Yeah, that one looks great. Yeah,
all
of them do.
Happy. I'm happy with the paints on that one.
Yeah, that one I'm gravitating to.
Yeah, and it helped too, because there's a statue in Paris that the St. Michael statue. So there's different factors involved. Now, Last Supper would be awesome, and I did think about it for a while, but it just didn't make any sense realistically. However, coming up next in the second Kickstarter, which will probably launch by the end of summer, will be the female buck, the Goliath buck, some additional male body things. I'll have head packs, all the blanks, weapon packs and stuff. And I also want to do like a nativity scene where it's more of a cardboard, like a good stock cardboard, and Nate would do like art to make it look very nice, but you'd assemble it would be 3-dimensional, and it would probably come with the 3 wise men, because then I'll have a 2-pack of Mary and Joseph, and then they'll come with baby Jesus, and this way you can just get the Mary and Joseph and baby Jesus if you want, or you get the whole thing and set up the nativity. And then I also have to figure out about doing animals. Like I might either look on the open market and get them from there and just repaint them, or I'll just do them more like a roto, so they're a lot cheaper to make because tooling is expensive, and they're just accessories, so it doesn't matter. They're not going to be articulated. They're just going to be like, kind of chilling on the side,
Yeah.
So I definitely want to do a little bit of play set type things.
That's a smart one. I think everyone would want a nativity, a seasonal nativity one that they bring out. Heck, I'm not a religious man, but I would totally bring that out. Like I would totally buy that and just tell my kids, we are now setting this up every holiday season.
Yeah, and it's cool because then you can obviously change up how they're posed and different things, standing, kneeling, different things like that. And I think it'd be really cool. And I want it to be affordable, you know what I mean? Because obviously it's gonna be, 3 wise men, Mary, Joseph, baby Jesus, animals, play set. I would want to keep it under $100,
Sure.
Oh wow.
If
Well,
I
you
can.
sold me on the three wise men. I'm already sold. I'm
Yeah,
like looking at my
totally,
account. Well, we celebrate, us,
Three
you know,
Kings Day.
Hispanics. Yeah, we celebrate
My
Three Kings Day.
my son's birthday,
So
January.
so
nice.
like you saying three wise men, I'm already like thinking in my head like I gotta save so much money now.
Yeah. Yeah, and I
That's
want them
awesome.
I want them to look good. Like it's actually funny when over Christmas, Home Depot had like the giant, nativity, hollow nativity things, and I was like looking at them like, actually, those are good reference. So I took a picture of it.
Oh, I thought you bought them.
I wanted to. No, I wanted to, but I didn't have anywhere to put it now. But next year, I will definitely buy it.
Nice. For scale. Highly articulated says, I don't like biblical adventures.
I love it. For a moment, I was like, what? And oh yeah, I did see that. I was like, no, you guys, come on.
Steve Marr asked, Chris mentioned once that his grandmother was a big influence. How proud do you think your grandma would be?
Well, so she's Sicilian, and I have her cross right there. Always, I haven't taken it off since I got it.
Oh wow!
She passed away at the age of 93, and it looked amazing. Like if not for the fact that she was stuck in bed because she had polio on one leg, and then broke her leg or hip like a few years prior, so she was basically stuck in bed trying to rehab it. But I mean, she was big on St. Anthony. And so after she died, I was at her house and I got this. I was like, this is absolutely going with me, without a doubt. And I took a bunch of her St. Anthony stuff. Have like this little statue over there. I have a plaque at home. And, I'm the number one firstborn grandson. So, of course, she never let me forget that. She's like, don't forget, you were the first. I love you so much. Da, 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 da. So, she was always proud of me, even though I was a pain in the ass a lot. But yeah, I told her about this, and I told her I was kind of working on it, and it probably didn't make much sense to her. But I wish. This is the only reason why I wish this was done earlier, was that I could have shown it to her. But she would have been like, she would have entertained me to a degree, but she would have also been happy to see like, wow, look at all these people supporting it. Wow, look at all this money you collected for it that these people are, giving you to make this for them, She would like go crazy about it. She would be just over the moon. She'd be so proud. So
yeah.
And she is, because she's right up there.
She's definitely proud of you. Mike Heck says, Force Ghost Jesus, or he doesn't ask anything. He just comments, is my Jesus, but Mario says, I can't get it.
You can get it if you don't know about it.
No, exactly.
So true.
Just have your buddy print out a certificate saying you won some contest and put it in the box.
Don't forget that.
Put it in the box.
Blue translucent Jesus is coming in a white mailer box, a la vintage style. So yes, you could say it was a gift, a prize, or whatever.
There you go. No chewing. One of our hosts, he can't make it today, but he has any interest or plan to incorporate inspired figures like the mythic Motu inspired figures.
I mean, it's there's definitely a lot of fun things to try to do, but I probably would avoid that. And it's tough too, because obviously, doing biblical adventures, I'm going to be doing, the second campaign, and I have plans for something else very fun and very low cost. After that, probably maybe at the end of the year, like November, December, we'll see, or if not, then January, February.
That's not biblical adventures, or that is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I have a lot of ideas for biblical, so I'm trying to get it out there quick before other people do.
I think what's so smart about this, and sorry to interrupt, what's so smart about this is that, a lot of the development also is when you're making a figure is the lore of the figure and putting all that together. You don't have to do that. It's already there for you.
Yeah.
Now it's for you, like you said, it's like pick and choose.
Yeah. And it's
really nice.
Obviously when you're researching, there's different denominations that have different stories, ideas, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like, and that was probably the hardest thing too, was I'm trying not to just single out one religious denomination, but it's like it's tough because obviously I'm Catholic Christian,
Sure.
but that's the benefit of the artwork is that like, yeah, Jesus is white because that's what he was in that particular picture. Oh, look at this picture, he's black. Well, that's what he is in that picture. I'm making that. Oh, look, he looks Middle Eastern. Well, that's because that's one of the first artworks of Jesus ever found. Has a very different style. I'm making that one. You know what I mean? Like, you can't tell me it's wrong because it's based on this art. I don't care if you think he's black or white or purple or whatever. It has nothing to do with what you think. That's the artwork.
Yeah.
And it makes it so much easier now.
You get the one that you want. You don't have to get the others. Like,
right.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you want the golden angel, and you have to get the biblical all in.
There you go.
I really appreciated that explanation in turn, because I was going to ask you about like the black Jesus and the white Jesus and just why you incorporated both of them. And I thought that was so smart, especially with representation. But then now talking about the art and using the art as a reference makes so much sense too. And that I think I just appreciate the thoughtfulness in that as well.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, it's definitely hard because I wanted to go further with it because there are images of other nationalities.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And it's definitely hard because one, I'm not familiar with all of them. And two, I don't know how they'll do. You know what I mean? It's like I don't mind offering them, but like I want to make sure that they're at least going to sell to make it worth offering. Because the factory, you got to make a certain amount sometimes.
Yeah.
If it's sold 15, the factory is going to be like,
Yeah.
And jokingly and sort of honestly, they had Korean Jesus in 21 Jump Street, and I thought that was hilarious.
Oh, that's right.
I thought that was hilarious, and I really wanted to make that, but I was just like, let me just stay away from that.
Yeah.
Because
that is hilarious. But then that kind of like takes away from that. Did you make this as a joke or all that? Yeah,
exactly.
Totally. But that would have been funny.
Yeah. And I see like other people say like Buddy Jesus and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I believe that's probably trademark, so I'm not touching it.
Oh, okay.
That might be a copyright or a trademark, and I don't want Kevin Smith to be mad at me. I'd rather he buy my toys. Kevin Smith, please, if you'd like to, Kevin Smith, you can buy my toys.
Hey, if Kevin Smith is watching Toy Talk, heck yeah, please.
Make for some great Dogma-esque figures.
It's so true. So true. I was thinking of Dogma when I was thinking this. No Chewing always asks our guests one question, and this question came from a viewer, Samurai Chris. But would you rather be haunted by a ghost or abducted by aliens?
Well, since I know ghosts don't exist, and there's probably a possibility of aliens existing, I would probably say ghosts because then I don't have anything to worry about.
Hot takes.
I mean, listen, if ghosts exist, I've yet to see one in my 47 years. I'd be very curious. I've had a lot of nightmares and I've had a lot of false visions, like you think you see something.
Yeah.
There's a solid chance that there's aliens out there, and I would love for them to come visit and be peaceful and buy some figures. Can I introduce you to our Lord and Savior?
Astro Zombies asks, I was interested in the Kickstarter from Michael and ended up getting 2 Shadow Demon packs instead.
Yeah, the Shadow Demons are dope. I love the way they turned out. I was just like, I want to make these like shadowy demons that are like black with some gray and blue and blah 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 blah. And Sherry painted it up. I was like, oh, that's awesome.
You kind of answered this already, but in terms of referencing famous paintings, and it seemed like what inspired you to create this line. So it was really just your trip to Italy that you had mentioned before, and you saw what did you see that inspired you again?
It was the demons at the Duomo, and it was definitely a jumping off point for sure. And seeing, I saw like the other artwork from Michelangelo and everything, and the Sistine Chapel and all that stuff. So it was all kind of a combination. But those demons were just like, those are some crazy looking demons.
Samurai Chris loved your answer to the alien ghost question, by the way.
Try to give awesome answers.
Yimbo reviews everything. The grind never stops. Good for you, Chris.
Yeah, never. I'll die and I'll still be grinding.
Highly articulated. How's the stained glass figure coming along?
I want to make one so bad, but it is so hard. It's hard to find the right kind of look and not make it look kind of cheesy. And they're small, so it's hard to get that detail on there. If it was a 12-inch, it might work out better. But it would be cool to make like a 3-dimensional stained glass version. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I work at a hospital. And it has stained glass photos. So if you want me to take some photos for some references, I'll send you some.
Do it.
As I'm working, I'm like, what is it? Biblical Adventures, guys. Just go ahead.
Put pressure on that. Hold on one second. Deep breath.
Almost feel like it'd be like a PlayStation 1 like character model from a video game. It has to be so polygon to capture it all.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly.
Dacre asks, could do a Pentecost scene with the 12 apostles or a Last Supper? Just a comment, I guess.
Yeah, no, I mean, it definitely would be cool. The one thing that's cool and this sort of is related to that and kind of in a different way is the very last figure, which is the crucifixion Jesus, obviously. And that one's probably the most deluxe-ish one for the most part. But, I wanted to do that one because, when I'm in church, you see the 12 the Stations of the Cross, you know what I mean? And it's like it's that whole thing about him trial and carrying the cross and beaten and being helped and then basically put up. And I was like, that was probably my biggest worry of a figure, because that one could get a lot of backlash. But at the same time, every church has Jesus on a crucifix.
Yeah.
I'm not making light of it. It's it's in reverence and in respect. You know what I mean? And I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it because it's part of the story. It's
part of the lore, right? Yeah.
So,
highly articulated asks, a lot of collectors have come along just so they could get their play sets out for Christmas.
Can you imagine that though? Yeah, they'd like talk to the wife or the parents or whatever, like, but it's Jesus, Ma.
Why? Just respect the toys, please.
Yeah.
Mike has, have you got any pushback from the church? Westboro.
I wish I did. You
Yeah.
know why? Because then that just means more attention.
Yeah, totally. That's true.
I've been trying to get in touch with like I've gone to the churches locally and whatnot, and it's very difficult because you're gonna have you got plenty of churchgoers around the world, but are they into toys? Do they care? You know what I mean? And you'll get kids and adults that are into it, and preachers and reverends and stuff like that, and that's awesome. I love it. And some people are like, I'm going to use this in my Sunday school and blah 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 blah. I'm like, yeah, thank you, I appreciate it. Got the tabernacle set, and different things, but it's definitely hard to get it in front of the right people that are of the church side, the religious side. And I'm just trying to do what I can, but it's a lot easier to get in front of the toy people, So hopefully, keep going with the different waves and hopefully get it in front of more of the religious people. It'd be great to get up at any of the what do you call it, the Christian bookstore type things. That would be awesome.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, that would be a place that would be perfect for them.
Yeah. I mean, I've hit up a couple of them, and I'm just whether they don't care or just didn't see it or whatever. You know what I mean? I hit up the Vatican gift shop. I emailed them.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did they email you back?
No.
Okay. Well, hey, now it's back. Maybe they will.
Yeah. We'll see.
Carlos says, how many waves did you want to make?
So originally, you know what? That's a good question. I mean, I don't know. I think I was set with the 4 books and 6 figures in each book. Like, it sort of worked out nicely. It was even, originally it was every book would have 2 army builder, 4 figure standard, 2, 4, 2, 4. The last one would have like 2 deluxe army builder and 4 deluxe figure. But then I started changing things like the day before.
Oh God.
So originally the first book was the 2 angels and the second book was the 2 demons. But then Jeremy and I had talked about it a lot. Bill, George, we all talk about it. And they've been, God bless them. They've been awesome. They've been such help, so much help. And we decided, let's change that. Let's put 1 and 1. So we did that, and I think it was a good idea.
That was a great idea.
Yeah, and then the Roman soldiers were in book 3, and that stayed. But I kind of spiced that up a little bit more. And book 4 was going to be it was going to be the 2 deluxe demons that are more colorful, that are more based on the artwork. And it was just like, I'm not feeling it. Like, and this is after the Kickstarter started already too. It's just like, I'm not feeling it. It just doesn't feel like it's enough. You know what I mean? And that's when I had already done the red and the gargoyle demons. And I was like, let's put the 2 of them together and make it a 2-pack. That makes it deluxe. Comes with everything. Comes with the wings, the hands, the weapons, and everything. And let's make a new set. And then that's why I got the shadow demons. And I was just like, they make that a 2-pack. And those are a little bit more deluxe and come with, a couple more things. And they come with the feather wings. That's what it was. And then now it felt like, okay, now it feels like you're getting something for your money for a deluxe.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's been interesting.
Well, it's just definitely well thought out. I think what I really appreciate is, first of all, the variety that you have within your Kickstarter of what you can get, but also just the books seem very well thought out in terms of what you put into each of them. I was looking at them before. I was like, my goodness, there's so much that you can choose from. And then in terms of just putting them together, it's great that you have like a gang, a cohort to kind of talk about it with, so that they can bounce, because it did seem like it was a well thought out kind of idea in terms of putting those together.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I've said it before, like the sin of pride, obviously. I was very proud in a good way and a bad way of like, all right, this is the way it's going to be. This is great. I did a great job. And then I was getting, comments, critiques from my guys. And I was just like, screw you guys.
Yeah.
It's perfect. Yeah. It's perfect. But then I said, let me think about it. And, I take everything that everybody says and think about it and change it up, if I have to. And that's where, like I've said before, that's where the Red Devils came from. That's where the Gargoyles came from, changing the lineup. And, Jeremy was going over that with me too. And it's, I want it to be as good as it can be. So I'm going to take all comments and just kind of throw them around and see, is it going to work better this way?
That is so hard when you have that idea in your head and you get the critiques and you're like, no guys, it's perfect. Like, leave it alone.
Yeah, it's hard. It's very hard.
Steve Morrow asks, what's the story with the golden angel?
Yeah, it's like the golden ticket. That one, and there's not really too much of a story with that. There's not really a backstory in that. When I was doing the books, like I wanted to do the tabernacle pieces, but I didn't want to offer it as a set because I didn't think anybody was going to buy it as a set. Like, you know what I mean? Like I didn't feel like it was enough demand there. But I still wanted to do it because I was going to be doing the Ark of the Covenant with the high priest guy. And so I was like, all right, I'll add them as a bonus into each complete book. And I wanted to do that instead of offering a discount, because you're getting something additional for free. That's the discount. And it's easier just with numbers, you know what I mean? And so, I was putting those in, and it just kind of, it worked out perfectly. And then I was nervous, like, oh, well, maybe it's not going to get all 4 books too, and I won't get all the pieces either. Luckily it did. And then I offered it as, its own set. But then I was like, and I did not want to do an all in. I did not want to do that.
Yeah.
but then I was like, maybe I should. But what am I going to do with it? What am I going to offer with it? And then I was just like, Golden Angel. Oh, that works. Actually, Diego gave me that idea. He mentioned something about a Golden Angel. I'm trying to remember what it was exactly. Or I think maybe it was for the All-In. He was like, well, maybe give him a Golden Angel. And it was just like, yeah. And it looks cool. I like the way it looks. It's I got to make sure I can get the right fabric, but that'll take some fiddling.
I love that. It's like I just thought of it, and that's why we're doing it.
Yeah.
I don't mean to cut you guys off, but my mom is watching the live stream like through my thing, and she says she's excited for the wait too. So you got
No way! Is your mom really watching it?
Yeah, she's watching it through like the phone because I just sent it to her, and she's like, and I showed her like the whole thing, and my brother showed her the page, and she's like, "Oh, those are so nice." So she's gonna be all in by the end of the night. She's gonna buy them all.
She's gonna get that Golden Angel.
I'm gonna get that Golden Angel.
I was gonna say she's gonna get the All-In. He's only gonna get like a couple of them, and she's gonna be like, "I got the Golden Angel."
That's funny.
She'll be tucking it under her pillow at night, so
If I don't steal it.
Tim asks, do all the figures have the same peg holes in the back to switch out wings and the Pentecost flame?
Yeah. So what I was doing was I had a plan for the back peg area to be almost like double function, where it would have.
Just saying.
Santi, I'm gonna let her know right now. This is a family show.
That's funny.
Family show.
And while you're at it, go to Instagram, D13_toys.
It's all in the description. You can click it and just click.
She's probably gonna start her own toy page. She's gonna start taking photos of Biblical Adventures with her phone.
Go for it.
Sorry, Chris, what were you saying about the peg holes?
Oh yeah. So, what I was originally, because you got wings, and then you got something like the tongues of fire type thing with this is smaller, the Pentecostal flame, which is smaller, and the halos. So I was originally going to have like the hole in the back be like a long rectangular one, but where in the middle was a little bit deeper, so that like something smaller like the halo or the flame is just a small plug-in, and then the wings, because they're bigger, would be a bigger plug-in. This way it has enough enough meat to hold on to, you know what I mean? But I think it'll probably work out fine with just one whole rectangular hole, which is about half the size that, excuse me, I do apologize. It's about half the size of the larger one. And it's just one side, so everything fits in there. So something like the flame and the halo has like a little adapter that'll plug in, and then that plugs into that. Or you just take the adapter out and you put the wings in. And something that I was, I did an update today on Kickstarter. I sent out an update showing the wings, the articulation that we're adding to the wings. So like the Lucifer wings, they're kind of like, coming around, like kind of wrapping around him a bit. They obviously are not going to move, open like that, but in the back, I have the two where the wings come together, so it'll so you can kind of at least do this, get a little, some more action on there. And then the feather wings will also have that. And I am trying to get the two smaller demon wings to have that also. I'm trying to keep it as small as possible, so it's not really distracting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
But I think it'll work.
And one of our last questions, Tony asked, do you think there'll be a Saint Joan of Arc?
I mean, there sort of is. You got the burning bush. Bad joke. Honestly, maybe, because when we do the female figures, there's going to be, I can't remember if I mentioned this before or not, so this may or may not be a scoop. There'll be female versions of characters. There'll be female Roman soldiers and things like that. So
awesome.
I think a Joan of Arc, sure.
Yeah.
I want to vary the different characters, So I think it's doable. I think it'll be pretty cool.
Yeah, that would definitely be. It's like right up that alley fits that too.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I will tell you, it's been a real honor. It's been a real treat having you on, Chris. Before we go, I always like to ask our guests what I like to call rapid fire. You have 10 seconds to answer a few questions, and it's whatever comes to your mind. And it's just a few. It's really not that bad. Some of these questions you probably have already answered.
Yeah.
So, are you ready for rapid fire?
I think my screen is frozen.
Oh, it is.
Just kidding.
Little... You got me.
I did. I had to hold really still.
All right. Favorite toy line?
Mythic Legions.
There you go. Company man. Favorite toy?
Mythic Legion.
Single toy.
Arakagor, because it was named after my daughter.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah, Arakagor is, my daughter's name is Kara, and her and I are both Year of the Dragon. And so since he's a dragon guy thing,
Oh, cool.
we were going to call it Karagor, but I think that name actually is trademarked. I think it's like a
Really?
D&D or something, or one of those.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, so we took Kara and turned it backwards to ARAC, and Gorich is my last name, so Arakagor.
Oh, really? Oh, that's just a great story. Wow.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I asked politely. I said, Eric, is there any way you can use our name, please?
Yeah, that's awesome. Saltwater or freshwater?
We talking about taffy or real water?
Real water.
I'm an ocean boy.
Saltwater it is.
Yeah.
Superpower.
Flying, because I hate flying.
What makes you feel old?
Everything I do ever. Body
Right.
tells me.
Oh, got it. What makes you feel young?
Sleep.
Favorite biblical character?
Wow, St. Christopher.
Okay.
Christ bearer.
All right.
Carries the weight of the world on his shoulders. I know that feeling.
All right. This is a lob to you. If you had to give someone a toy that does not collect toys a gift, what toy would you give them?
Plunderlings.
What? This was your chance to say biblical adventures. Jesus.
Well, it doesn't exist yet, so I can't say biblical adventures.
Okay, Plunderlings. That's
I support that answer.
Plunderlings is a good answer.
It's a fun toy.
Yeah. Well, that's it for rapid fire. Danny, do you have any other questions for Chris before we go?
Before
Comments?
Well, no. Actually, again, congratulations on the being funded, and thank you for coming on. Again, I have a billion questions to ask you, but I'm gonna keep them. I'm gonna keep them to myself because we gotta all work tomorrow. But yeah, thank you, and I could appreciate now more of the toys because I see how far you've come to kind of get to that process to get to where you're at now. So I know it's gonna mean so much more to you because again, this is yours, this is your baby. So it's but again, when I own those and I have those in hand, I'm gonna definitely cherish those because I know how hard you worked on them. So thank you for coming on. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Does Danny's mom have any questions?
In the chat, just type them in the chat.
The questions he's asking me are not appropriate for Toy Talk, so I'm not gonna repeat them.
Not really any questions. I think it's all been touched on. I mean, it's been awesome, and I do art as well, dabble in graphic design, sculpting, and all that stuff. So when you said the super sculpting, I'm like, I know exactly what you were dealing with, and it's awesome to see how you got inspired by seeing that art. It was just like that light that clicked on and turned your your passion of what you started into something, and you just went with it. And for everybody that's watching, you got 65 hours to make sure you back this before it can't back it. So make sure you guys go to Biblical Adventures on Kickstarter and check it out. 65 hours left.
Gosh, it's so weird. I'm going to do a live stream. I'm going to be doing a live stream at 12 or 12:30 in the afternoon Eastern Standard Time on Thursday when we're getting ready for it to end. And historically the last day is always crazy numbers. So I'm
oh, is it? Oh, wow.
Yeah, always any almost any Kickstarter. So because people, they wait, and
Yeah.
they come in at the end, and so like I'm like, oh, man, if we hit that 200K, I'll be jumping, like I'll be doing cartwheels on live stream and break my back.
For all of you who are trying to find it, like I put Chris's Instagram and the Kickstarter link into our description. So all you have to do is go down and click it, give him a follow, and also back that Kickstarter, as Art said.
Please.
Other plugs for us: you got unboxing art on Wednesdays, state of the art. Check them out. Art, who do you have on this Wednesday?
I don't have anybody. I think it's just going to be talking about toy news, toy drops.
With
Stuff like that.
with our very own Cox Create.
Yeah, with Cox Create.
Danny, we got Black and Wednesdays coming up with a splash of green.
Yes. So we have 2 more Wednesdays to go. This is the first to last. So 2 more Wednesdays. So again, TA_Black and Wednesdays with a splash of green. And then also Kushi Mama has a new
Show.
streaming show, Collector Sector. I'm going to be a guest on her show on the 28th at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Go support her. Give her a like, subscribe. She's awesome. So
She is awesome.
I can't wait to be there.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll definitely plug that more as we get close. That's awesome. And then Wednesday, we got the TPC Top 10 with myself, Yimbo, and No Chewing. And next week on Toy Talk, we have Dante from Infinity Equation on as our guest, just checking out. And we're going to talk to him and just talk about toys and talk about, YouTubing and all of this stuff. And again, go check out Chris. Go check out D13 Toys, Biblical Adventures. I'll be honest, like Chris, it's always really fun to have people who have built the Kickstarters talk about how passionate they are, and we saw that today with you. But I really just love how you were inspired and how you use the art as that reference point, as that inspiration.
Mhm.
And I'll be honest, I'm probably going to be backing after this. So
if you don't want to get a figure, you can always just donate.
yeah, you can always donate too. That's right. But I definitely want to figure. So
Toy Father, 20 demons. Wait, what?
20 demons. Jesus. Yeah.
Rainbow of demons. You know what I am looking forward to? I want someone to stop motion a fight scene, a John Wick style fight scene of Jesus and like 20 demons. Like that's all I want to see.
Oh,
Machu
man.
Toys would be great for that.
Macho Toys. If you're still on, here's your calling,
I
Macho.
do that pencil trick.
Yeah, I want to see that for sure.
And one more thanks to all of you awesome people in the chat. Excellent questions. Thank you for just engaging and just being awesome as always. There are hold on. Are there any bear apostles for Chris? Sorry. I like that. I'm a big fan of the bear line. I forget what they're called in Mythic Legion. So
House of the Noble Bear.
Yeah, House of the Noble Bear. All right, everyone. Thanks so much. We'll see you next week on another episode of Toy Talk.
Thanks, guys.